Hello, everyone. And in this episode of Not So Mainstream, I have with me Sarah, who is a journalist at BBC. And we'll have a lot of good discussion today with her about what she does. But to start with, Sarah, can you tell us something about yourself, like what you do and what you are currently doing right now?
So as you have introduced me, I am a journalist. I am a full-time journalist working for BBC. Earlier, I have worked with Dawn News, and I've also worked in communications. Worked with U.S. mission in Pakistan. But for now, I'm on a sabbatical. I'm pursuing my master's in critical data studies as Chevening Scholar. So I'm here in the UK and enjoying my journey here.
That's amazing. And so good to see your work. I've been following you. We have worked together at some point in our lives. And what I've found you to be, you're really opinionated, right? And when we talk about this word, the connotation around it is a bit negative most of the times, but I've seen your work and you are opinionated, but also very structured towards your approach, how you report, how you research and things around that. So how do you balance that? That's the question.
So as you have pointed it out, that there's a negative connotation to being opinionated when it comes to, especially when it comes to women. And opinionated women is being something looked at something tough and hard to deal with. And I would say that I do had my fair share of challenges because of this fact. Having an opinion is not a bad thing. And I must say that I am very opinionated. I express my opinions very candidly, very non-real, without holding myself back. And which is why I did find myself in a lot of times in hot waters. But what I've learned over years of experience and learning is that not every opinion should be said aloud. Yes, and especially if that opinion is not informed and it's not being said in the right way, which could hurt anyone's feeling. And so I have no shame in accepting my fact that during the days of my high school, when Facebook was very new and everything, I used to share my opinions, which I now considered were not very well informed, and I have no shame in accepting those opinions, that they were not very educated opinions, that were they might be wrong. And one should not ever stop themselves from accepting when they realize that they have expressed an opinion, that especially on something as big as social media and on a public forum. And one should try, like I at least try my best, that now that when I have opinion, and now that when I express those opinions, they are not only informed, they are backed by some facts, they are grounded in some philosophical understanding. So they just should be just the opinions. And I think people, although it has social media has given us a lot of liberty to express our opinions, but I think opinions, not every opinion should be expressed, especially if it's about someone's appearance, it's about someone's personal life. It shouldn't be. However, the opinions that are aimed at correcting someone's behavior that could lead to incite violence, that could, I think those should be said aloud. Opinions that could bring societal change, that could be said aloud. But it should be backed with, I think, with facts and philosophical understandings.
Absolutely. And I think that you have a very diverse experience working with very high profile projects. And I think that also kind of like informs and educates and make you aware of how to maybe correct what you have done, I wouldn't say wrong, but just to improve yourself with time in those opinions, which is amazing. Next question is a little like, not personal, but personal too, like, because we are both from Pakistan. So coming from a country like Pakistan, no matter like how much we say that we are progressive, there are a lot of limitation and challenges for women professionally right now as well. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but especially in professions which are like not so mainstream, especially around like when you are sharing your opinions and things like that. So how have you built yourself and your career through all of that? And what kind of support have you received from people around you? If you have received support, or if not, like how was your experience around that?
So yes, Soha, I would say, especially being a journalist and being a woman journalist in Pakistan, it does come with its own challenges. And so yes, I wouldn't say it was free of all challenges. It had all challenges, but it was a journey, worth living. When I say challenges, it is when it comes to media, it comes to creative industry. There's certain kind of stereotypes that are attached to women, those working in these industries, and it is being and people take a lot of liberty to comment on their work, comment on their personal lives. So that is, I think, was one of the greatest challenge, I think, still now for women journalists in Pakistan, because whatever their work is, it's not their work that is being critically evaluated. It's always their looks, it's always their personal life they are attacked for. So you have to navigate very smartly, very carefully through these challenges. But what I've learned is that perseverance, you keep on doing what you believe in, you keep on working towards the goal that you want to achieve in life, and you try to make your work better than it was yesterday. So I make sure that I do that. And I wouldn't say, yes, I did have a support, and there was a time I did not have a support. When I did not have a support, I made sure that it doesn't impact me, because your self-belief is a great driving force. And I tried that my the energy and the happiness that my goals brings me, it keeps me focused on keep on going, keep on working towards them. And when I had support, I would say it did bring a lot of change, and it did improve my career progression. So yes, I think support is very important. And just when I got the support, I realized what I was missing in life. I think I progressed far better at a faster rate when I had support. Women do better when they have support, and anyone does better, I think, but women does even better if they have that support. So it is I think sometimes we undermine how important support is for the for women with ambition, with women who are career oriented in a society like ours. It does make a lot of change. It does enables you to achieve things that one would have never thought that they are able to achieve.
Yeah, and I really like how you regularly appreciate and talk about your mentors, like people you have worked with, like their contribution in your your career, your professional development. So I think that is also important, having a good mentor in the same field.
Yes. So I always think that one of the especially now that we a lot of women in Pakistan do not get that support from their families and within their social circle. It is very important to have a mentor, whether whatever field you belong to. It is very important. And my learning is that it is not that someone will come to you and say, oh, today I'm your mentor, from today onwards, and you are my mentee and I'm gonna mentor you. It's that you have to seek out mentorship in Pakistan. You have to, and if you actively seek out, if you like someone's work, if someone's work inspires you, you have to keep on knocking on their door. You have to keep on telling them, I see you as my mentor. Please, can you please guide me? And what my experience is, once you constantly repeat that, they start taking that responsibility. They start guiding you. They realize, oh, someone is looking at us as a mentor. Now we take the responsibility. I've always, I say my current editor, Asif Faruqi, I see him as my mentor. I see Amba Shamsi as my mentor. She was my first boss in media. And my go-to tactic has been that, I would bombard them with the fact that I kept on telling them, you are my mentor. And I was never ashamed of accepting that in public, that they are my mentor. I have to go to them for every advice. I take my work to them and make them see. Can you please see and tell me how do you think? What do you think of my work? So don't hold yourself when it comes to seeking out mentors. It really changes your life. It really changes your how you pursue your career goals.
Amazing. And that's such a great tip, like how to seek mentors. So thank you for sharing that. All right. So this next question is kind of related to our previous questions, but I want to know your opinion on what should women be doing if they are goal-oriented, ambitious, and opinionated when it comes to their personal or professional development.
If I were to describe it one word, it's perseverance. You have to keep on going. Do not let anyone's opinion about your work, about your life come in the way how you achieve your aims. And it is unfortunate that people, not only have those opinions, but they frequently express it around you when you're not around. And that sometimes do, bring you down, what they say about you. The perceptions that people have about ambitious women, career-oriented women, it's always, I don't know. And I would say that unfortunately, our media has a role to play. How, being independent, career-oriented working woman has always been portrayed in Pakistani dramas and movies. It's always, she's very sharp and she's always scheming and she's very outgoing. That is what the kind of stereotypes that are, being attached to career-oriented women. And that is what being, to a larger extent is being perceived by a lot of people in our society. But I would say, do not let these stereotypes come on your way. You have to, the only key is that you keep on working. There would be times that you have to take 2 steps back, and 1 step ahead. I myself has, taken up jobs that were, far less in monetary terms, in career, but if they were right for my progression of the career, I took them. I was reluctant to take those risks. So I think what really make women think twice is that maybe if we have taken a career break for 5 years, we might not, nobody is going to take us. These are kind of doubts that are still in women's mind. But I think also being proven in the research is that if a woman fulfills the 90% of her job criteria, she wouldn't apply because of the 10% she doesn't have. And a man, if he fulfills the 10% of the criteria, he would still apply. So we the self-doubt that the society inculcates and us holds us back from a lot of opportunities. I think it's time that you do not let those self-doubt come in your way, those opinions come on your on your way, how you progress in your career.
Amazing. And you mentioned self-doubt, so our next question is around that. What about your, any moments of self-doubt that you have and how you deal with it? Because I think that is very natural for everyone. So how do you deal with it?
I think I wouldn't be completely honest if I said I never had self-doubts. I did. And when I look back at it, when you were younger, I would say, when you start off in the high school, you see all your friends, having, pursuing degrees, technical degrees, intellectually inciting degrees, and you all, take up your internships, you're together. But then there comes a time, one and after another, all your friends, all the, people you have grew up with start taking those traditional roles. And then you are the only one left with having this approach. If I talk about myself, that I see that my friends who were far better than me academically, I always thought that they would do great in their professions, and one and after another I saw taking up those traditions, getting married, being housewives and everything. And when I restudied, and I did start to think, am I doing what I'm doing is right, or maybe I should it's not worth it, I should have taken that path as well. Not that I look down upon women who take up those traditional roles, I don't, but I'm just saying that that then it makes you the only one stand out differently, and you do question yourself, should I be, and especially when you come across challenges in your professional life and then you keep on questioning, I think it's time I go back to the life that this society expects me to live. I did have it, and but then I would say that I think of myself, would I like to trade even one day of my life with those people around me? I would say no, I don't. Not for a day. Despite all the challenges, despite all the hard work, I think that this life of mine that I've built, it gives me a lot of happiness and it gives me a lot of satisfaction. So and it has brought me a lot of recognition as well. So I'm happy to have this life, and I'm happy to continue work to make it even better, despite all the doubts. When the doubt comes, I think you should surround yourself with people who believe in you, who believe in your strength, and who believe in your ability to achieve those goals and ambitions.
Amazing. And I love your answer to that. And again, perseverance is something that that will keep you going. All right, so moving towards our last question, what are your future plans and how do you envision Sarah 10 to 20 years down the line?
10 to 20, I can't even say where I see myself in 5 years, because if I'll be honest, I'll say that looking myself in particular position is not what I envision. I just make sure that whatever I do, whatever work I do is impactful and it's better than the work that I did yesterday. And I continue to work on myself. What kind of work I do, it continues to improve lives. It improves the body of knowledge. It improves the overall social order, the society. I think that is what the impactful work is what I aim to do, and I just want to make sure that I continue doing work that is tomorrow when it's being looked upon, it's been thought as a guiding principle, or as a work that people see that that could improve their lives. This is I can't say that 10-15 years, long time. Brings a lot of pressure to think about it.
But you described it like really nicely, that just get better each day how you were the last day. So that's great. So with that, thank you, Sarah, for your time, and I had amazing time discussing all of these things with you, especially because coming from the same country, social structure and everything, I really enjoy your the tips that you have given and everything, and I really hope that the audience, whoever watches this, they also get some inspiration through that. I will link your social media in the description of the video so that people can see your work. And with that, I would sign off, and I will see everyone in the next video. Thank you.